Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Beginner's Guide series. In today's topic we will take a look about the assassin named Saber. Ever since the revamp in Mobile Legends, revamped Saber has been a very deadly assassin to reckon with. This is mostly because he can one-shot kill the most marksmen and any other squishy heroes in a matter of seconds. This could be done using the right combos. Due to that, his ban rate has drastically increased. In this guide, we will take a look at the best emblem, spell, build, including tips and tricks to pave your way to victory with Saber in Mobile Legends. Skill analysis. Saber has a set of 4 skills, one of which is passive and 3 other active skills. Let's check out his skills to get a better view of his abilities. In this Mobile Legends guide, we will also talk about the skills to use in certain scenarios as well as skill combos to be able to play Saber to his utmost potential. Passive, enemy's Bane. Saber's damage reduces the physical defense of enemies by 7, for 5 seconds. This effect can be stacked up to a total of 5 times. This passive increases the damage dealt with by his skills and basic attacks. Skill 1, Orbiting Swords. Saber shoots out a total of 5 swords that orbit around him, dealing 105 plus 30% extra physical attack amount of physical damage to enemies on contact. After orbiting around Saber for some time, the swords will fly back to Saber. Within the duration of this skill, when Saber deals damage with his basic attacks or skills, he will send an orbiting sword towards his target, dealing 260 plus 60% extra physical attack amount of physical damage to the main target and 50% of the damage to other targets, through which it passes. This reduces the cooldown of skill 1 charge by 1 second per orbiting sword hit. It also deals only 50% damage to minions. This skill is very useful in poking enemies, as there is a very strong synergy between this skill and his passive. This allows Saber to easily reduce the enemy's physical defense 5 times per every hit with this skill, making them more vulnerable to his other damage-inducing abilities. Skill 2, Charge. Saber charges towards a designated direction, dealing 150 plus 50% extra physical damage to enemies along the way. Saber gains an enhanced basic attack after the charge, dealing 150 plus 120% total physical attack amount of physical damage. This slows the target by 60% for 1 second. This skill is great at sneaking up or catching up with designated enemies for an ambush. Coupled with the slowdown effect from the enhanced basic attack, it becomes easier to target enemies. Ultimate, Triple Sweep. Saber dashes towards an enemy hero and knocks the target airborne for 1.2 seconds. During this period, Saber launches 3 consecutive blows in quick succession. The first 2 blows deal 180 plus 100% extra physical damage, whereas the third blow deals 360 plus 200% extra physical damage. Skill up method for Saber. It is advisable to first prioritize skill 1, as it is Saber's main damage output skill. It needs to upgrade skill 2 accordingly in Ultimate whenever available. Best Emblem Set and Spells for Saber. Emblem Set. It's most advisable to use Assassin Emblem for Saber, by choosing the first options in both the first and second tiers. We get an emblem with sustained damage output as well as physical damage penetration. While in the third tier, we use Killing Spree to increase one's survivability after a successful kill. But, one can also opt for High and Drive for extra damage. Battle Spells. It is most advisable to go jungle lane while using Saber in order to farm fast and to gain XP easier. Hence, we use Retribution spell. But, in some instances where your team might have already had a jungler, you might opt for Execute for extra damage. Best builds for Saber. One can try many builds on Saber. All which one needs to do is to just follow the enemy's pick and then decide the role on the battlefield. I've set out the following template to try out with Saber on the battlefield. Boots. It's advisable to take magic boots because of the CD reduction it provides. This is very useful since Saber's ultimate ability has a high CD. One can also opt for warrior or tough boots depending on the enemy's lineup. Blade of Heptases. It is highly advisable to use this item because it helps to increase Saber's damage, especially when he's using his one-shot combo, due to the item's passive, Ambush. Blade of Despair. In order to provide Saber with the high physical attack needed for ensuring a successful assassination. Endless Battle, for extra physical damage, and also for true damage which is caused by the passive of Saber. Based on the enemy's lineup, one can opt for either Rose Gold Meteor. This provides additional physical attack as well as increased survivability thanks to the extra magic defense and shield that can be obtained from its passive. Malefic Roar, it provides high physical penetration which is great for countering enemy tanks or fighters. Immortality, this item is used to increase his survivability especially during late game matches. Gameplay tips. Saber is one of the strongest assassin heroes in Mobile Legends. However, a player must need a good understanding of the map to bring the best out of any hero. Early game. If equipped with Retribution, players must take the purple buff. Post that, they must opt for Lithowinder to upgrade the Retribution faster. After taking the Lithowinder, they must proceed to go and take the red buff. By then, one should be almost at level 4. It is then advisable to rotate to a gold lane and assist the team's marksman or carry before proceeding to take the turtle. But, if one's equipped with Execute, it is advisable to go gold lane in order to farm fast. Mid-game. After attaining level 4, it is advisable to go for the turtle. If one cannot take it alone, one must request assistance from the tank or other teammates. It would be important to note that after unlocking Saber's ultimate skill it's quite easy to one-shot kill an enemy using the following combo. Skill 1, plus Skill 3, plus Skill 2. While using this combo, it is important to note that to ensure a higher chance of one-shot killing that enemy, one must let the orbiting swords from the Skill 1 hit enemies a number of times in order to maximize his passive. Players can follow it up with his ultimate, then dive out using Skill 2. Late game. This is one of the toughest parts of the game for Saber players, especially when enemies have started ganking up. One must note that Saber is good mostly for ambush fights and not ganks, because his ultimate can only lock onto one enemy leaving him vulnerable to the surrounding enemies. Therefore, it is more advisable to wait for the tank or fighters to initiate a teamfight before you ambush an enemy. In spite of such a situation, it is very important to get immortality in order to increase his chances of survival. Saber, just like other assassins, is weak against high CC heroes. Having spells like Purify is very good at countering Saber's one-shot combo. At the same time, he is generally strong against marksmen, mages, and other low-health heroes due to his one-shot combo. Final thoughts. Revamped Saber is a very powerful assassin that can perform well when it comes to one-shot killing enemy along with hard carry with little or no damage dealt with him. One must remember the game also deals with destroying turrets. Therefore, one must not get too carried away with the number of kills. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. If you found that this guide helped you in any way, please do me a favor of leaving a like, comment down for suggestions and don't forget to subscribe. See you again next time. Ad Astra.